this build is actually fucking bonkers. It's nothing I've seen before, but after Mr. Big Dick Gentle Giant sent me the build, I was stunned. Definitely check him out. Now in the footage, the build was not fully optimized. The gear wasn't masterworked, and the build still has a bit to go, but I strongly believe that this could be one of the absolute best Necro builds in D4. And in Season 5, well then, it could simply be the best seeing as the build will be buffed to the fucking moon. It will be my main Necro build going into the new season, and it should for you as well, my man. So, how does the build work then? Well, it's insanely simple yet beautiful, really. It's all due to the Shattered Spirits aspect. By spamming boner spirits, we in turn shoot out an additional 18 boners with a buttload of additional damage all around us. This also means that you want to sneak up real close to your enemies before you explode upon them, seeing as the boners will instantly fuck off to Uganda or whatever otherwise. To scale it further, we have the benefit of boner splinters being a basic skill. And what do we know about basic skills? Hell yeah, it's insanely easy to scale it. You can see them hitting for between 5 to 10 million each, and you're spamming like crazy. Sneak up real close with some good gear, and you're looking at up to 400 million big hecking damn her hit. Pretty nuts. Other than that though, the build is easy and fun as hell. All you need is to get 100% crit chance for boner skills, which is easy, and bone spirit cooldown reduction on your gear so you can keep spamming it. One thing about the build that is both sad yet hilarious though, is that bone spirit consumes all of your spirit each cast. This means that there is no key passive that is usable for this build, meaning it's the only build I know of that actually doesn't use any key passive. That's the fun part. The sad part is how awful the Necro key passives are. Buff incoming, maybe? Alright, that's a bit about the basics. Let's check out the gear and aspects that you're looking for, and we'll keep you in the loop for the Season 5 changes later on. Starting off, we're using Shako. This is by no means mandatory, but it's equally as good as a regular helm with some GA on it. Either way, you want to focus on the cooldown reduction on the helmet. For chest, grab the hardened bones aspect, or else you'll hecking die El Mao. We'll also go for the basic stats here, that is int, max, life, and armor. You'll grab 2 armor rolls, and you're capped, my man. In this build, we're rocking the shielding storm aspect, meaning we've always got a barrier up. Due to this, we can, with ease, use the conceited aspect on our gloves. It's also important that you get attack speed and int for big damn. As Pantaloonies, this is where you're able to get bonus splinter ranks, so try to purchase a pair with GA on them before I'm famous and everyone wants to play this build, obviously. Other than that, the shielding storm aspect along with barrier generation is the play here, seeing as it will keep us alive with ease. Now this is an interesting choice. Since we're rocking the shielding storm aspect, which utilizes bonus storm and ultimate, we need a way of keeping this up permanently. Flicker Step sorts that shit out with ease, and just by evading through some enemies, we can keep it up permanently. To sort out that 100% crit chance with easy, you're going to slap on the Grasping Veins aspect on a two-hander. That basically sorts most of it out for you. It's also imperative that you get bonus splinter casts twice here and masterwork that shit until you've got it to 100%, because that damage bonus is just insane. Heading on to the amulet, this is where you want the Shattered Spirits aspect, seeing as it's the most important aspect in the build for big damn. Other than that, this is where you start tempering that bonus spirit cooldown reduction to be able to spam it. Critting with the boner grants a 7-second cooldown reduction, and the rest needs to be sorted out in the gear. You're also looking for Compound Fracture, Evulsion, and Amplify here, but attack speed and cooldown reduction are also some solid options if you can't find them. And finally, the rings. Here you're looking for the same stats as previously, while also slapping on the Moonrise and Sacrificial Aspect. Seeing as we're not using any minions here, or well you can if you want, we're gaining a massive bonus from the Sacrificial Aspect. In case you're lonely, however, then there's a minion option in the planner as well. Well damn, gear and aspects are now done. Let's check out the Book of the Dead here. As I said, we're sacrificing them all for Big Damn. Send the skirmishers, cold and iron buddies, over to Satan aka Bobby Cow Dick, and they shall provide you with some lovely damage bonuses. Oh hey, will you look at that? It's already skill tree a fucking clock, my man. Let's check it out. For basic skills, we obviously max out bonus splinters because, well, it's the entire build. We're also rocking enhanced and initiates bone splinters for the Vuln. Next up, we pick up supernatural blight for the damage and hewed flesh for some easy corpses. We then have blood mist for easy survivability, along with enhanced and ghastly blood mist for some additional lovely corpses. Next up, we grab a few damage passives. Amplify is what you want to try and get on your amulet. Decrepify along with Abhorrent Decrepify is also massive for the cooldown reduction, helping us keep up the bonus storm with ease. Having Corpse Tendril is mad important, seeing as we're rocking the aspect, and it's also important to gather enemies before blasting them down, seeing as the bonus splinters instantly keep fucking off for some reason. Necrotic Carapace is our main source of Fortify, and we also want to enhanced Bone Spirit to reduce its cooldown, and Ghastly to get to that 100% crit chance. Evulsion and Compound Fracture are the other passives that you're looking for on the amulet, and of course, Rapid Ossification for yet more cooldown reduction. After that, we head on over to the ultimates, grab some passives for Big Damn, and damage reduction, followed by picking up Bonus Storm. This one grants us damage reduction, crit chance, and a buttload of barrier, yummers, and finally, the key passive. There simply is no option that actually benefits us here, seeing as Bonus Spirit drains us completely after each cast. We simply don't have the energy to keep blasting out those bonus splinters afterwards. Well shit, that's the skill tree. Next up, we have the Paragons. This is mainly where your big boy, Mr. Pera, gaming Big Dick Senpai Lord, stepped in to pump out some damage and max life. Because that's the goal of the Paragons, as much Big Damn as possible, followed by max life. And starting off, we're using Gravekeeper for the Big Damn, along with buffing our friendly int nodes here for yet more Big Damn. After that, we go to pick up Scent of Death and Socket Control with ease for the damage bonus. Next up is the Bloodbath board, where we Socket Amplify for even more damage. We then find ourselves at a crossroad. But I decided to head up here, grab the Bone Graft node, so we can pick up this yummy rare max life node right here. In the Blood Begets Blood board, we're then socketing Corporeal for, more damage. The way to deal damage as a Necro is to just grab as many glyphs as possible, seeing as most nodes are shit. The 8th and final board is going to be right here, and that's where you socket Exploit. But first we're going to head on over all the way to the Cult Leader board to socket Essence. And finally, the Flesh Eater board, where you want to socket Sacrificial. Now the Flesh Eater node is pretty bonkers, and is the reason I'll make a minion setup when I have the time. But your man is going on a vacation, so stay tuned for that one. Well damn, that's the Paragons. Let's head into some gameplay now by Gentle Giant and get hecking good, my man. Now my friend here is obviously not a Giga 10,000 hour pumper such as your man himself, so cut him some slack here. But fortunately, he wrote down the gameplay loop, so I barely need to activate my brain cells. First off, Bone Storm should be used as soon as it's up. This is important, as it provides crit and survivability. Decrepify should also be up permanently on all enemies, as that's pretty damn important as well. The same goes for Blight. You want this up permanently on your enemies, as it grants a massive DPS bonus. For spawning corpses, you can either shoot out some bonus spirits onto your enemies and spawn them via hewed flesh, or you can use blood mist to spawn them. It's important that you get one good corpse though, so you can pull in all enemies and start blasting them down. When they're pulled in, you crawl up real close into your enemies and blast them down with ease. And that's how you play the build. If you need any tips, just ask the guy. Finally though, I just want to show what's coming in Season 5. First off, we have Shard of Varathiel. That's basically a 3x bonus right there, along with some yummy stats. You can clearly see why I think this build could become the best build in the game via this. We also have Crown of Lucion. This is also absolutely bonkers. Now they will probably get nerfed because, well, everyone complained about them being broken. But still, if they remain strong, then this build will be completely broken. And that, my friends, is all for this one. See you in the next one.